I am Dana Malcolm. This is your Top Stories morning edition for Friday, January 26th, 2024. Coming up, the news that matters most. Are you interested in taking your fishing business to the next level? Or maybe you've been wondering about how to dive in to the local fishing industry. If so, the Turks and Caicos Islands Fishing Cooperative has the perfect opportunity for you. The TCI Community Resilience Hub and the TCI Fishing Co-op are hosting a free workshop for all those interested in the local fishing industry in a way that supports the local environment. Learn about bookkeeping, attracting vendors, regulations, and much more. Workshops will be held during the month of January on Grand Turk, South Caicos, and Providenciales, so be sure to register before the seats fill up. If you're interested, send an email to resilienttci@gmail.com with your name to register. For more information about this and other workshops, follow Community Resilience Hub TCI on Facebook and Instagram. This workshop is funded by the EU Commission's ResumBid program and hosted in collaboration with the Department of Environment and Coastal Resources and the TCI Fishing Cooperative. New gaming control and gaming machine amendment laws have been passed, and they will change the way taxes are calculated for local gaming houses. Instead of paying a percentage of their net gross revenue to the government, they will now only pay taxes on their adjusted gross revenue, which is the money collected after they've paid out winnings to successful gamblers. While it could mean less income for TCIG, the government says this is a transparent and fair way of collecting taxes, and it's in line with international standards in areas like Las Vegas. New gaming regulations have been passed, and while he supported the new amendments regarding taxes, Governor's appointed member Harold Charles also wants amendments to the law to restrict gaming to protect residents.
I do hope the government can come back and do something to put some restrictions on and who can actually gamble.
He was speaking in the House of Assembly this past Tuesday. Later, the premier responds. The People's Democratic Movement is raising concern about a possible conflict of interest between Premier Washington Misick and the recently passed gaming bills because of his prior investment in gaming establishments. According to an open letter shared with the media late Thursday, Ezra Taylor, party chairman, said that the decrease in gaming taxes facilitated by the bills would be to the detriment of the people of the Turks and Caicos, but significantly benefit gaming operators, with whom the premier, he said, had had dealings in the past, having formerly been a shareholder of one particular establishment. Taylor queried why the government was willing to impose 2 new taxes on residents within the last 6 months, but lower taxes for casinos. Magnetic Media is your news leader.
We love playing video games, and the only way to win is with a fast, reliable connection. Flow has the best fiber internet for gaming and streaming. We've even tested it in our gaming lab on 6 different consoles. When we're playing, we only see users on the Flow network. Flow Home Max plans allow up for 6 persons using 3 consoles or application with 200 megabytes per second, no buffering or lagging, and you get that for a low price. Stay in the game with Flow's fiber fast internet. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
After fielding concerns about the social impacts of gaming, Washington Misick TCI Premier says any bill to block certain residents from gambling would have to be discussed in public consultation. The Premier did indicate that in extreme cases, the government could step in with legislation.
Yes, government has intervened. Government intervention is sometimes critical for economic reasons.
In a similar vein, a moratorium on gambling machine licenses was instituted under the Rufus Ewing administration and only lifted in 2022. Misick was firm on the fact, though, that any overarching public action would have to include the public. Ground was broken for Phase 1 of the South Dock Redevelopment and Modernization Project yesterday, Thursday, in a large ceremony in Providenciales. The project is built to lower the cost of goods by making it cheaper to ship to the Turks and Caicos.
I acknowledge and thank successive governments and ministers with responsibility for ports for recognizing the strategic importance of this redevelopment project.
That was Delton Jones, Director of Ports. An $8.9 million allocation was made for that project last year in a supplementary appropriations bill. Middle and North Caicos residents with properties they want to list for accommodation licenses will have the opportunity to get them inspected today from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. To register, call 649-946-4970 or email gov.tc/tourismregulations or tourismregulations@gov.tc. For weather in the Turks and Caicos, it will be partly cloudy with sunshine and clouds mixed and a high around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. A small craft advisory is still in effect for the Turks and Caicos Islands, but the high surf advisory advising of dangerous conditions in several of the Caicos Islands as well as Grand Turk and Salt Key would have expired at 12 p.m. Thursday. That is it for this edition of the news. Thank you for joining us. I am Dana Malcolm. Top Stories in 5 is a Magnetic Media production.